Here's something you probably never thought you knew about vitamins and male performance. Did you know that one of the most common vitamins recommended for pregnant women might actually hold the key to better erections and sexual function in men? I'm Dr. Julia, and today we're diving deep into the fascinating connection between folic acid, also known as vitamin B9, and male sexual health. Most people think of folic acid as something only women need during pregnancy, but cutting-edge research is revealing that this humble vitamin may play a crucial role in how your body produces nitric oxide, the very compound responsible for triggering and maintaining strong, reliable erections. You're about to discover how this vitamin works in your body, what the latest studies reveal about its impact on sexual performance, and most importantly, how you can naturally optimize your levels starting today. Let me explain exactly how folic acid connects to your sexual health, because understanding this mechanism will change how you think about nutrition and performance forever. Nitric oxide is what we call a vasodilator. It's the compound that relaxes your blood vessels and dramatically improves circulation throughout your entire body. During the erection process, nitric oxide is absolutely critical because it allows blood to flow freely into the penis, creating the pressure and firmness you need for optimal performance. Without adequate nitric oxide production, your blood flow simply can't reach the levels required for strong, lasting erections. This is where folic acid enters the picture. Your body needs sufficient levels of this vitamin to produce nitric oxide effectively. Think of folic acid as one of the essential building blocks your cardiovascular system uses to create the very compound that makes erections possible. When your folic acid levels drop, your nitric oxide production suffers, and that directly impacts your sexual function. The research backing this connection is absolutely compelling, and I want to share with you the specific findings that are changing how we understand male sexual health. A groundbreaking study recently examined the folic acid levels of men with erectile dysfunction compared to men without any performance issues. This wasn't a small study either. Researchers looked at nearly 1,000 men with ED and over 800 men without any erection problems. What they discovered was remarkable. Men with erectile dysfunction had significantly lower levels of folic acid in their bloodstreams. We're talking about up to 0.94 nanograms per milliliter less than men with normal sexual function. Even more telling was the correlation they found between severity and folic acid levels. The more severe the erectile dysfunction, the lower the folic acid levels dropped. This suggests a clear, measurable relationship between this vitamin and sexual performance that goes beyond coincidence. But here's where the research gets even more exciting. They didn't just observe these differences, they tested whether increasing folic acid could actually improve sexual function. Another group of men with erectile dysfunction was given 0.4 to 0.5 milligrams of folic acid daily for 3 months. These men experienced measurable improvements in erection quality that were significant enough to move them from more severe categories to moderate or even mild dysfunction classifications. Some men who had been struggling with severe ED found themselves with much more manageable symptoms after just 3 months of consistent folic acid supplementation. This wasn't a placebo effect. These were objective improvements in sexual function that could be measured and documented. The fact that such a simple intervention could produce these kinds of results suggests that many men may be dealing with sexual health issues that are at least partially related to nutritional deficiencies they don't even know they have. Now, if you're finding this information helpful and you're starting to see how nutrition might be impacting your own health in ways you never considered, I want you to do something for me right now. Type the word science in the comments below. This helps me know that you're engaged with this content and that you want me to continue bringing you this kind of research-backed information. Your engagement means everything to me and helps me reach more men who need this knowledge. The research I'm sharing with you today gets even more impressive when we look at studies involving diabetic men, because diabetes often complicates sexual health issues and makes them more challenging to treat. In this particular study, researchers took diabetic men with erectile dysfunction and split them into 2 groups. Both groups received tadalafil every 2 days. That's a common medication for ED. However, only one group received folic acid supplementation at a dose of 5 milligrams per day, while the other group received a placebo. The results were striking. The group that received folic acid alongside their medication showed stronger, firmer, and more reliable erections compared to the men who only received the medication. This is particularly significant because diabetic men typically have more complex sexual health challenges due to the way diabetes affects blood vessels and circulation. The fact that folic acid could enhance their results even when they were already receiving medical treatment suggests this vitamin has genuine therapeutic potential. The dose used in this study was higher than typically recommended, 5 milligrams per day, but it remained well within safe levels, and the men experienced no major side effects. So what does all of this research mean for you and your sexual health? Should you run out and start taking folic acid supplements immediately? Here's my honest, science-based perspective. The evidence is genuinely promising, but it's not yet conclusive enough for me to recommend folic acid supplementation as a standard treatment for erectile dysfunction. There are still too many unanswered questions about the ideal dosage, the best duration of treatment, and whether the effects are long-lasting or temporary. More importantly, folic acid can interact with certain medications, particularly anticonvulsants, which means it's not appropriate for everyone. Every man's health situation is unique, and what works safely for one person might not be right for another. That's why I don't recommend jumping straight to supplements, at least not without having a thorough conversation with your healthcare provider who knows your complete medical history and can assess whether folic acid supplementation is right for your specific situation. However, here's what I absolutely do recommend, and this is something you can start implementing safely today. Focus on eating more folate-rich foods. You'll get many of the same potential benefits naturally, and it's completely safe for most men while providing numerous additional health advantages. Some of the best natural sources of folate include leafy greens like spinach, which you can easily add to smoothies, salads, or cook into your meals. Cruciferous vegetables like cauliflower and broccoli are powerhouses of natural folate. Try roasting them with olive oil and your favorite seasonings. Fruits are another excellent option. Bananas, melons, oranges, and tomatoes all provide substantial amounts of folate while giving you fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. If you're someone who includes meat in your diet, beef, liver, and kidney are among the richest sources of natural folates available, and mushrooms are an excellent option for both meat eaters and vegetarians alike. These foods don't just potentially support better erections, they contribute to overall cardiovascular health, support healthy testosterone production, boost your energy levels, and can even improve your mood and mental clarity. But let me be completely honest with you about something that's crucial to understand. None of these nutritional strategies will matter if your overall lifestyle is working against your sexual health. The most important foundation for male sexual function isn't any single vitamin or supplement. It's maintaining the basic pillars of health that support optimal circulation, hormone production, and overall vitality. This means prioritizing a clean, nutrient-dense diet that provides your body with all the building blocks it needs for optimal function. Regular physical activity is non-negotiable because exercise directly improves blood flow, supports healthy testosterone levels, and enhances your cardiovascular system's ability to deliver nutrients where they're needed most. Quality sleep is when your body produces most of its testosterone and repairs the cellular damage from daily stress. Managing your weight is crucial because excess body fat, particularly around your midsection, directly interferes with hormone production and blood flow. And please, if you're smoking or using alcohol heavily, understand that these habits are actively undermining every other health effort you're making. No vitamin, no matter how promising the research, can overcome the damage that years of inactivity, poor nutrition, chronic stress, or substance use inflict on your sexual health. If you've stayed with me through all of this detailed information, and you're ready to take action on what you've learned today, I want you to type knowledge in the comments below. Along with Dr. Julia, I stayed until the end. Your engagement helps this content reach other men who need this science-backed information, and it shows me that you value the research and practical advice I'm sharing with you. Remember, when it comes to your sexual health, knowledge is absolutely power, but action is everything. You now have the information you need to make informed decisions about your health. Whether that's incorporating more folate-rich foods into your diet, having a conversation with your healthcare provider about your nutritional status, or recommitting to the fundamental lifestyle habits that support optimal sexual function. Don't let this information just sit in your head. Use it to make positive changes starting today. If you found this deep dive into folic acid and male sexual health helpful, or if you know someone who could benefit from this research-backed information, please share this video with them. Your sharing helps me reach more men who are looking for honest, science-based guidance on sexual health and performance. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more evidence-based content on male health, performance, and vitality. I release new, thoroughly researched videos every week that give you practical strategies you can implement immediately. Hit that notification bell so you never miss the latest research and recommendations that could transform your health. Take care of yourself, prioritize your well-being, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring the fascinating connections between nutrition, lifestyle, and optimal male health.